This is the Anglican Cable Network Nigeria, ACNN television. It's the news on the hour. I am Fulusho Taiwo. The wives of the bishops of Remo and Kaba dioceses of the Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion, Mrs. Toyin Fakpe and Mrs. Deborah Abiodun Akobe, have described women as symbols of joy and happiness, who go through difficulties while providing hospitalities to their loved ones. They made this known in a video clip that was made available to the Anglican Cable Network Nigerian television station. They also said that women possesses powerful and tender touches of love, which is peculiar to them. And as such, their greatest strength lies in the exhibition of their motherliness, which is fundamental to human history.
Of a mother's touch is fundamental to the human experience, and it is such a powerful means of communication. It has a profound capacity to nurture our relationships and overall well-being. The power of a mother's touch is a magnet. Mother's touch is powerful to change mood. It's powerful to heal any disease.
Women are a symbol of joy, of happiness. They are there to face challenges. They are there to provide hospitality. They are there to be able to take in pains and suffer as mothers. Never be discouraged. No matter what you're going through, know that you have a God. You have Jesus that loves you, that gives you love and will never disappoint you.
In the same vein, the president of the Mothers Union of the Anglican Diocese of Lokoja, Mrs. Abiodun Egbuno, said in an interview that the significance of motherhood in God's creation is a means of procreation and fruitfulness. According to her, God requires a mother to be faithful, prayerful, loving, caring, and above all to remain fervent in serving God.
God requires a mother to be fruitful, requires a mother to love, and this love emanates from God. It is love according to God's standard. He gave himself for us. He gave his all for us. It's an unconditional love. Even as mother is expected to be fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. These are the qualities that God expects of a mother.
They further urge women to use this strength to raise children in a godly way, so as the children will in turn bring peace to the troubled society. The president of Mothers Union Anglican Communion, Diocese of Jos, Plateau State, Dr. Mrs. Gloria Ladikwashi, has described the education of the child as a necessary step and action that will help in building the Nigerian nation. Mrs. Kwashi made this statement while speaking at the rally organized by the Mothers Union Women's Guild and guest guide of the Anglican Diocese of Jos on the topic End Violence Against Women and Children. According to her, the nation needs to invest more on educating the girl child, as that will serve as a solution towards eradicating the violence against women and the girl child.
So the education of the girl child is very, very important. A girl is natural, she's a natural teacher. By our lives, see what King Lemuel was saying. Wonderful things. It was from his mother. So the girl child should be trained. A girl also is a natural caregiver. For that reason, they need, or every investment needs to be put on somebody who is naturally a caregiver.
Some women also shared their thoughts on this topical issue at the rally.
Things that is disturbing the women is the violence against them and the children. So we decided that we'll come out and rally and cry to the public and to our families to end violence against children and women.
The Anglican Communion, especially the Anglican Diocese of Jos, the pace has been set by our president, whereby girls are to be protected. That is for real. From the inception of her ministry, she understood her call. Women and girls are to be protected. For the president, is a thing that when you go to Nyango girl, she move ahead even with the boys. So for the Anglican Diocese of Jos, the presidents have been...
A former chairman of the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Professor Atairu Jega, has said that leadership is the major problem of Nigeria. Jega, at a leadership summit organized by the Citizenship and Leadership Training Center of the Ministry of Youth and Sports in Abuja, blamed leaders of the country for the erosion of national core values. He said that the leaders, through their actions, inactions, and statements, discouraged the citizens to recognize and be guided by the national core values. According to him, Nigeria's core values, as identified as defined in the Constitution, have been essentially ignored with impunity. Jega said that national core values since incorporation into the 1979 Constitution were not taken seriously by the operators of the Constitution for compliance. According to him, the non-compliance with core national values had systematically undermined unity, harmony, and peaceful coexistence. Shehu Sani, senator representing Kaduna Central, has joined those criticizing President Muhammadu Buhari for acknowledging the grand reception in his honor during a trip to Government Girls Science Technical College, Dapchi, Yobe State. Pictures of the president smiling as he adjusted his native attire on the red carpet sparked anger on social media. Most of those who criticized the president said the trip ought to be devoid of fanfare since he went there to condole parents whose children were abducted by Boko Haram insurgents. A total of 110 students were kidnapped when the insurgents invaded the school on February the 19th. Writing via his Twitter handle, Sani said the school is not the right place for red carpet. According to him, such gesture is for international events such as the Grammy Musical Awards or the Academy Awards, popularly known as Oscars, but not for Dapchi. The Catholic Archbishop of Jos, Most Reverend Ignatius Kaigama, called on President Muhammadu Buhari to deploy more security personnel and fighting equipment to end killings and destruction of properties in Plateau. Kaigama made the call in statement in Jos. He said that shedding of blood seems to have become a culture and the preferred language among some farmers and herders. The Archbishop condemned the recent killing of people and destruction of properties in some communities in the state. The cleric called on the victims of the attack in Darfur, Miango, Dundu, Dong, Lake, and Rafiki to be calm and law-abiding. He called on farmers and herdsmen to sheathe their swords and live in peace with one another. It was reported that recent crisis between herdsmen and farmers on some communities in Burkos and Basa, local government areas of Plateau State, led to loss of lives and properties. Kaigama described the incident as very disturbing. Our former Chief of Naval Staff, Vice Admiral Samuel Afolayan, has lamented the menace of destruction of farmlands and attack on farmers by herdsmen. He said that if the menace is not curtailed, all efforts by federal and state governments to ensure national food sufficiency employment generation, industrialization, and diversification of the economy may become fruitless. He narrated how herders attacked his special royal farm at Oboile in the Ekiti local government area of Kwara State and destroyed 121 hectares of his 500-hectare farmland. Conducting journalists around the destroyed burnt farm, he stated that out of his 500-hectare farm, the herders nearly burnt 67 hectares of the cassava worth 57 million naira, 50 hectares of palm trees, and 4 hectares of sweet corns ready for harvest valued at 2.5 million naira. He explained that out of 5,000 orange trees on the farm, less than 2,000 trees were spared. Afolayan said neither the federal government nor the Kwara state government had come to his aid. He added that only the Ekiti local government council chairman visited the farm and sympathized with him. Nobel laureate Professor Wole Soyinka has lambasted President Muhammadu Buhari for allegedly treating killer herdsmen with kid gloves. Soyinka was speaking at the Ripples Nigeria dialogue in Lagos, charged the president to declare herdsmen as terrorists. He said he had expected the president to have the courage to declare such monsters as terrorists and enemies of humanity with the same dispatch in which he declared the far less violent, albeit destructive IPOB terrorists. According to him, he said he has always refrained from labeling the herdsmen as Fulani, but since they have publicly come out to admit they are responsible for the killings, we can say they are Fulani herdsmen. Professor Soyinka further said that the nation has been placed on the defensive simply because of the failing of governance. A group of Yoruba farmers under the auspices of Oodua Redemption Alliance, ORA in Ibadan, the Oyo State capital, declared that further incidents of farm destruction or attack on any person of Yoruba extraction by suspected Fulani herdsmen will be given appropriate reprisal it deserved. The group, while insisting that the idea of the federal government to establish cattle colonies or grazing reserves for the herdsmen was a direct ploy to take Nigerian lands and give it to the Fulanis. It employed all herdsmen to move their cattle to the allocated lands reserved for such purpose. Both Kano and Niger state governments saying that the allocated lands were enough to accommodate herdsmen and their cattle. The group, while urging other northern state governments to emulate the gesture of the Malam Abdullahi Ganduje and Alhaji Abubakar Bello of Kano and Niger states respectively, however, warned that failure to accept these offers, any further incident of farm destruction or attack on any person of Yoruba extraction in any part of Nigeria covering Lagos, Oyo, Ogun, Osun, Ekiti, Ondo, Kwara, Edo, Delta states will be given commensurate reprisals. We shall now take on a short commercial break. Before we bring the rest of the news, please stay with us.
Are you planning for your spiritual or social event and need a conducive venue? Are you organizing campaign programs for your ministry or church? With its serene environment and standard facilities, the Ibu International Ecumenical Center, Abaroto, Delta State is the best choice to have your next retreat, including clergy and wives, leaderships, nights, organizations and societies, conferences, seminars, camping, dinner, and other Christian social and corporate activities. With as low as 3,000 naira per night and pairing option, you can also enjoy great time. With its peculiar origin of God asking Mr. Alex Ibru to vacate his private house for divine use, Ibru Center is a special hallowed ground set apart by God himself. We have standby generating sets, library, quiet environment, security facilities, swimming pool, chapel, open field, lounge, restaurant, clinic, board meeting lounge, camping accommodation. The Ibru International Ecumenical Center is managed by the Church of Nigeria Anglican Communion, but open to all Christian bodies, fellowship, and organizations. For more inquiries or booking, call 090-3970-7143 or 070-5619-3881. Visit our website on www.ibrucenter.org and our email at ibrucenter@yahoo.com. Announcer, Venerable Dr. Prince Will Iroba, the Rector.
You're welcome back. A group forum of former Students' Union government presidents, Ebonyi State, have taken a swipe at the APC-led federal government under President Muhammadu Buhari, saying that the party had dashed the hopes of Nigerians who are desperate for positive change in the country. This, the group said, was more worrisome given the Nigerians voted the party into power against popular expectation in order to effect a change that will transform the nation. At a press conference in Abakaliki, the group noted that almost 3 years in power, the party had neither ensured the security of Nigerians nor improved the economy, much less to convincingly fight corruption, which were the major reasons upon which Nigerians voted it into power. James Ogbunko, the president of the forum, observed that Nigeria had seen tough times, but that at no other time in the past had the nation experienced the level of hunger, hardship, and killings has been witnessed today under the APC-led federal government, with things getting worse by the day. And now to some news on the foreign scene. The Anglican Church in Korea have welcomed news that the Democratic People's Republic of Korea has agreed to cease missile tests pending a meeting between the country's supreme leader Kim Jong-un and the U.S. President Donald Trump. The chairman of the Reconciliation and Reunification Committee of the National Council of Churches of Korea, the Reverend Nakchibra, said that the ecumenical body remains convinced that dialogue is the only way to resolve military conflict on the Korean Peninsula peacefully. They therefore requested that both countries use this summit meeting to find correct path to reconciliation and peace. The summit between the two leaders arose following the first high-level direct talks between the North and South Korea in more than a decade. The World Council of Churches has also joined the participants in the National Council of Churches of Korea conference in calling for the international community, and especially the United States of America, to respond affirmatively to these signs of hope with reciprocal tension-reducing and trust-building measures. And so it's on this note that we want to wrap it up on the news on the hour. We want to thank you, and thank you profusely for watching. I am Fulusho Taiwo. Please mend it. Don't end it in a hurry. God bless you.